Hi, this is Shweta from ClearTax. I will tell you today about how to generate an Eway bill. An Eway bill is an electronic waybill that you generate for transporting goods from one place to another. It's used for both intrastate as well as interstate transport under the Goods and Service Act. Every person who is registered under GST Act should use an Eway bill for transporting goods where the value of the goods exceeds Rs 50,000. It can be a single invoice or it can be multiple invoices under a single conveyance. You can generate an Eway bill through the site ewaybillgst.gov.in, or you can generate an Eway bill through an SMS. An SMS facility is given under your login for the Eway bill. Additionally, you have facilities for using an Android app for generating Eway bill. Once you generate an Eway bill number (EBN) is generated, which you can use as a supplier or as a transporter or as a recipient of the goods. For the purpose of generating an Eway bill, the transport of the goods may be a private transport or it may be a public transport. Private transport can be through your own vehicle or it can be through a hired vehicle, and public transport will include road transport, railway transport as well as air transport. You need to generate an Eway bill when you make a supply of goods or where goods are returned to you or where you receive goods from a person who is not registered under the GST law. Supply can be a supply by way of sale or it can be a transport from one branch to another branch. Supply also includes a barter or an exchange of goods. While you generate an Eway bill where your invoice value is about Rs 50,000, there are cases where your invoice value is less than 50,000 and you still may be required to generate an Eway bill. Such cases include interstate movement of goods by principal to a job worker, interstate transport of handicraft goods by a dealer who is exempt from GST registration. So what are the documents that you need when you have to generate an Eway bill? You need an invoice or a bill of supply or a challan for the consignment of the goods. You need a transporter's ID where you're transporting through a public transport, or you need a vehicle number. In case you use a public transport by air or by road or rail, you need the transporter's ID and other transporter details. How do you fill an Eway bill? An Eway bill consists of Part A and Part B. Part A should be filled with the details of the invoice value, such as the details of the date, details of the amount of the sale. Part B should be filled where you're transporting goods as a consignor or as a consignee, or where you're handing over the goods to a transporter. Part B is also required where you're receiving the goods from an unregistered person. In the case of a transporter of goods, you have to generate an Eway bill basis the information given to you by the consignor of the goods. In case you're transporting multiple consignments, you can generate a consolidated Eway bill. You can consolidate the data of various Eway bills into one Eway bill. As between Part A and Part B, in case where your transport is within 50 kilometers within a city, in such cases you need not fill Part B, while you need to fill Part A. There are certain cases where an Eway bill is not required, where your mode of transport is through a non-motor vehicle. Goods transported from a customs airport, port, land, customs station to a container freight station or a container depot. Goods transported under customs supervision or under customs. Goods transported under a customs port. Transit cargo from Nepal or Bhutan. Movement of goods by the Ministry of Defence as the consignor or the consignee. Transport of empty cargo containers. Goods transported from a place of business to a weighbridge where the distance is within 20 km. Goods transported by the consignor as the central government, state government or any state authority. Goods which are specifically exempted from Eway bill requirements. Transport of certain specified goods as notified by the CBIC. An Eway bill is valid for a period of 1 day. In case the conveyance is over-dimensional cargo and the distance is less than 20 kilometers, the validity is for a period of 1 day and additional 1 day in case of additional 20 kilometers. In case the conveyance is other than an over-dimensional cargo and the distance is within 100 kilometers, the validity of an Eway bill is 1 day, and for every additional 100 kilometers, it is another day. You can also extend the validity of an Eway bill. The extension should be either 4 hours before the expiry or 4 hours after the expiry. There were certain relief measures which were given during COVID-19, where Eway bills were extended up to 30th June. However, at present there are no relief measures due to COVID-19. Every person who satisfies the criteria for generation of an Eway bill should generate and only then make a transport of the goods. For a detailed step-by-step guide, visit our page on Generate Eway Bill that will help you in understanding step-wise how to generate an Eway bill. Click on the link provided below for more information on the topic. Do like and share our videos and do subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to hit the bell icon to get notifications. Thank you.